before the shows.
Oh God, yeah.
Those things are ridiculous.
All right, we're live. Hey.
Hooray!
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah, we're officially live. I just got the email.
Hey.
Yeah.
Live for real.
Mm-hmm.
For serious?
For cereals.
For cereals. We're not cereal though. Like, let's not make that.
No, that's
make
not.
that distinction now. That's
So
our...
super cereal.
Yeah. Man,
I'm real
big.
cereal, guys.
Oh God. All right. Anything we need to talk about before we start here?
Oh.
I don't think so.
How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm tired. How are you?
I'm about the same boat.
My cat's passed out back here. I don't think the stream can see that, but my co-host can.
Happening.
Cooper's taking a nap over in the other room.
Hanging out all night with 25-year-olds.
Nice. Yeah. My nephew got to play with Cooper. We brought him over there this morning, and God, they had a blast.
Nice.
A 3-year-old and a Jack Russell Terrier just running around the backyard.
They're very similar beasts.
Yeah.
Well, at least they tuckered each other out.
Oh yeah. He was ready to go take a nap after we left. I was like, all right, mission accomplished. See you later.
Nice.
Oh, Samson, you're so passed out. I love it. Oh, this is a good boy.
All right, you guys ready to start this thing?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
God, excuse me. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Sorta.
Probably.
I don't know, man. I've had like frying pan brain for like the last month. I just, I just get that brain cloud, like right
Yep.
down the middle. If anyone can get that movie reference, I'll be surprised. But
I don't have it.
Joe versus Volcano, Tom Hanks
I haven't seen that in I don't know how long.
Never seen it.
goes to the doctor and makes up this thing called a brain cloud because he working in that shitty job. He's like, hey, just get this cloud of shit, like like this what do you like this detritus field right down the middle of your brain. It's where like Meg Ryan has like 4 roles in that movie.
Yeah, that's true. Anywho,
I want one of those trunks. I've always wanted one of those trunks.
probably
In that
get one
movie.
at some hipster store.
Where he
Probably.
makes those rafts out of them.
Yeah. All right, let's kick this thing off, shall we?
Yes.
All right,
We
I'm there.
shall. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we have Knobs.
Sup?
And we have the Hannah.
Hi.
And the Hannah, would you like to announce our winner for TVGP Game Club game for whichever month we're in?
Deadpool.
Yay,
Deadpool is a winner.
/boo.
Yeah, it's going to be a real interesting one. The interesting one about this is actually you can't get it on Steam anymore.
Right.
What?
That's true.
Yeah, it got so Marvel's licensing deal ran out like 3 months after that game came out,
Yep.
and they pulled it from Steam right quick. So if you're looking for a copy, console's your best bet.
Yep. I'm sure there's some other way you can get it on PC. No,
Probably.
This isn't like a wink and nod to like pirate it, which come on. I'm sure there's like
There's resellers that probably have codes
you can
for the
probably
game
pick up
still.
a key on eBay or something.
Yeah, so there's ways to get it if you really want to play it on PC, but
Yeah.
it's out there on the consoles. Go pick it up. I'm planning on starting it sometime this week, probably next weekend, getting through that. And I think Scott's going to create that thread relatively soon, but he's been a little under the weather. Hope you feel better, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been real under the weather.
Yeah.
So, start playing. Go
All
for
right.
it.
Without further ado, then, Mr. Knobs, how are you?
Back's still a little sore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoveling and stuff, and
Yeah.
now the weather's changed. Now I got to clean up the ice piles in my driveway. So
Yeah.
Ohio.
yeah,
But
yep, it's 50 degrees and rainy, but yet there's still ice and snow on the ground.
nice.
Isn't that a bummer?
Ohio.
But with the counter product, there's fog like every day.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
love
nice.
it. I don't know,
Yeah.
fog's neat. I always like it.
Fog is
the,
fun, man.
Watching the ground just steam
Yeah.
or steep.
On the other end of the spectrum, it's almost 100 here in Southern California today. So maybe somewhere in the middle would be nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a nice halfway point, like a good 70.
Yeah, you know, like San Diego usually is.
Yeah.
You hear the Midwest calling you home.
Yeah. Pulling me closer.
Oof.
Gotta get to more temperate climate.
All right, without further ado, what you
All
been
right.
playing?
Anyway, yeah. So Battlefield
Of
on the
course.
reg. Monday nights always a good time. I think we had a small group. I think we had a few people not show just because it was just everyone's real busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday night was an unbelievable night to play. We actually had to break up into 2 separate squads.
Nice.
Well, we had a regular group, we had our crew, and then the old stars came out to play with us.
Yeah?
Soul Man, Bulgurk, and Maximus Prime made a showing.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Nice.
Like people, I don't think we've seen them in months.
Yeah.
They just kind of all showed up. Like I joined the party and I hear Soul Man talk, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Soul
what's
Man.
up?
Hey, buddy.
So we had a good time, and yeah, we all still suck at that game. We keep getting stuck on these Brazilian servers, and they're just destroying us. Like, I mean, we had probably three, 4 rounds in a row where we were just seriously just getting pounded.
Wow.
It's almost to the point where it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But then you have your Battlefield moments that just bring you back in for joy. Yeah, so we had some fun there. Playing around different classes and finding different attachments, just screwing around, just not really playing, just experimenting with loadouts and whatnot. So we're all kind of having our own different things. During the week, I had a nice little fight session with Tom Gamer playing DOA 5 last round.
Nice.
Very cool.
I think Seven and I may have made a monster.
Uh-oh.
The apprentice is now the master.
Oh, he beat me up. I think out of 50, I think he took maybe 36.
Ooh.
It's a
Like,
solid percentage.
it was.
It's a passing grade.
Yeah.
It was brutal. Like,
Wow.
and it's so funny because like I can't. He mixes it up so well that I cannot predict what he's gonna do.
You can't get a beat
Where-
on him.
Well, yeah,
He doesn't.
He doesn't
Does
have
he,
any
like,
bad
not have
habits
a rhythm?
either. No, he's playing with a limited character set too, so he's getting
Okay.
more proficient with these individuals than, like, I'm getting the random new characters, and I don't know how to use these people. Even if I've done the command training, I have no feel for their fighting style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple friends that you play them in fighting games, and you think you know what they're going to do because, you start feeling out of rhythm, and then they just jazz it up on you, and they're like, oh, I'm going to do this now. And you're like, oh, what? Okay, fine, now I'm dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with Seven and I. Like we have our own like cycles, like our fighting solstice, if you will, like where we know where we're going to change and what tactic we're going to use. Like I have a certain tactic I use against him. It fairly plays out pretty well, and then he picks up on it, and then I adjust again, and then he adjusts, and it's the two of us. And now we have a third person in there, and it is breaking my brains. Like I can't get him. Like every once in a while, like I get a character I'm very proficient with, and even that, like he's beaten me with some of the guys that I'm really good with too. Like
Yeah.
I think he's beat my Lisa at least 3 times,
Wow.
and I am brutal with that chick.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, he just has I don't know. Like he just mixes it up very, very well to the point where I'm like, and his countering's gotten a lot better too. So I can't even go to like just the push mode because now he can counter that. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you can't just combo him into a corner.
So
Yeah.
I'm like 4 or 5 tactics deep by the second round, and he's beat me the first 2. I'm like, I can't shut me out. Can't shut me out. And I'm losing a lot of close fights where like the health bar is like gone, like there's nothing left, and like I've been on the losing end of it almost like every time. I'm like I'm just like headset off my head, like just
Cost Jamal in chat asks, anybody looking forward to Tekken 7? I've like Virtua Fighter. I've always respected Tekken. I'm just garbage at it.
Yeah,
I don't think I've played a pure Tekken game in like 15 years.
Yeah, were you like a Tekken Tag guy?
Yeah, well, I was.
I've always been a Soul Calibur guy. Ever since the first one. Like any other 3D fighter, I'm like, that's nice, but
it's not Soul Calibur.
There's no weapons, and
there's
no
lack
Voldo.
of souls
No
in
weapons.
There's a severe lack of Voldo in every fighting game that is not Soul Calibur.
Yeah, do you have a living sword? That's what I'm really looking at.
Yeah, there's no soul edge in any of these.
Yeah.
That's a prerequisite to hand and play a fighting game, the soul edge.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No, but no, like I was one of the last games I would stand in line to play would be Tekken Tag 2.
Yeah.
In the arcade.
That was a solid game.
It was good.
Because then I moved over to Soul Calibur because the line was significantly shorter. And then plus I could control people a lot better with Astaroth in that game than I could with anyone else in Tekken Tag.
Yeah.
Stupid Astaroth.
But yeah, so it's this thing where I'm still trying to figure them out. I'll get it eventually.
But like that's the fun part about getting somebody new in your roster of fighting game peeps. Is just like, why are you doing like how does your brain work? And like you feel like you're kind of pulling all these strands out to kind of figure out what makes them tick. And
that's the that's always the beautiful thing I found about DOA is you have to do that mental deconstruction of how they fight to win in that game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I'm really predictable, but it's about because I'm all offense like all the time. Like there's no sit back like
there's no back
counter.
button for you.
Attack counter. Like it's like even when I'm countering I'm like wide open. Yeah. Like I'm just always like push, and I don't block at all. I don't like. And I'm like sitting there, and he's just like, do. I'm like, God, I should really be throwing. Do. Yeah, I should really be throwing. Do. Like,
and they just sidesteps, and you're done.
Yeah.
Throw a punch. Do something. It's like the dude running out of the clock playing football. Like you're taking a knee in a video game football game. You're a douche.
Yeah.
Like play the game. It's Well, anyway. Before I get so angry, I throw my back out again. Which has happened, where I get so mad, where you tense up and just pop. You're like, oh no, I can't move.
Like, oh God.
I'm so angry about this.
Stretch it out right now.
Oh yeah, keep it limber. Podcasting's no joke, man.
Getting fired up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I finally popped in that Dragon Ball Z game, Xenoverse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that game does not tell you how to do anything.
Yeah, so it's a Dragon Ball Z game.
Yeah.
I remember the first couple I jumped into had these really crazy fighting systems and a weird button crab hand control configurations to them. And this one doesn't, but it doesn't tell you how to do it. So you're just like XXXXY, XXY, hold Y. XXXX. Like, come on.
Does any of these work?
I'm sitting here like this stuff. Like, do something cool. Just do.
Shoot an energy something.
Do something. So, and then there's a cadre of characters. Like, I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah.
Trunks yells at you the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you go up talking to Trunks. He's like, hey! Like, dude.
Trunks, when did you get so angry? I thought I watched all of Dragon Ball Z, man.
So I'm like, you go into this thing and they're like, oh well, now Trunks the time cop. I was like, that's weird because you messed up the timeline to begin with. Anyway, like,
well, you break it, you fix it. Yeah.
So now there's this weird mysterious force is making all like the battles that Goku should have won is now losing, and then you got to have this one, and you pick your race. Like you have your Namek, Saiyan, human, and Frieza race. I didn't know Frieza was a race.
I didn't either. Can't you also pick like the thing that Boo is?
No. Oh yeah.
Which I thought like Boo was kind of a singular thing. Like there was just one of him. But no, you could be a Boo.
Yeah, you could be Lady Boo. Whatever.
Yeah, even there.
Fun.
So I picked the Frieza thing because I always like that character style.
Yeah.
and you can play with like the different versions of Frieza.
Your different head carapaces.
Different head characters and body types and armors and eye types and whatnot. And
that's kind of cool.
You can adjust your peepers and color schemes.
Nice.
And
I was like adjusting my peepers.
Yeah. It's like, do I want the angry cat eyes or not? Whatever. I'd like to have been an android class. I think that'd been cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's not it.
My absorby hand balls.
Yeah.
Things.
My
but anyway.
hands.
Yeah, they'll soak it, drink the juice.
Drink the juice.
Whatever. I miss Rodney. Anyway, yeah, so I'm playing this game. I had no idea what's going on. Like, it doesn't explain, like there's offline side quests and online side quests, and they're in the same building with the same things that look the same. Like,
I have seen that.
I'm like, what? So I go to the next robot down and I can do this? Like, what?
Yeah, what?
All the letters are all on top of each other. You're like,
yeah, it has a really bad font. Coach Jamal in chat says, would DBZ purists really like this, or does the alternate storyline put them off?
You would hate it.
I think DBZ fans are really the only ones that would want this game, because I imagine if you have never seen DBZ before in your life, and not only is it throwing every character that's shown up in that series in, but it's like switching and swapping them.
Yeah, like
it's just be incomprehensible.
And it's weird because you're in the fight, they recognize you, and then they ignore you the rest of the time.
Weird.
They're like, "Oh, hey, you're here." I was like, "Sure, I'm here to save you."
Yeah,
like
you're welcome.
I'm rolling in on my iron steed, just like round. What's up, guys? We're here to fight. You know,
here to throw down.
Here to drop some kamehamehas. You know, like.
I mean, I at this point, like, are there really a lot of DBZ purists? Maybe.
I don't know. Be like, sorry.
Oh, sorry. It seems like this game is kind of a fun thing, like Marvel and DC has always done, where it's like these what if scenarios. Like, what if Goku lost this battle?
It's like that, but it's presented so poorly.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason someone's messing with it. Maybe that's later in the game. I don't know. Like,
maybe they really get into the rich backstory of DBZ's time.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm in the time capsule. Like, of course, Capsule Corp made it. Why not?
Yeah,
like,
sure. Acme Co.
And there's like this tree and these time scrolls and like, what is going on? And I'm like, and I know a fair amount of Dragon Ball Z. Like,
yeah.
Admittedly, like, I like that show. Like, kind of /heart it a little bit. Just saying. And I guess to the point where these guys are showing up, like, who is this dude?
Yeah. Who is Raspberry? I don't remember him.
Yeah, like...
That's literally a person in this game, by the way. It's a character named Raspberry. But I don't know who it is. And everybody's like, oh yeah, it's Raspberry. What's up, bro? And it's just like, what?
Well, so after playing for an hour or two, I went back to the store and I bought that Dragon Ball Z movie, Battle Gods, and apparently a bunch of those dudes are in this game.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so there's someone the Kais are afraid of, and then then they explain there's 12 different timelines and universes, and I'm like, whoa.
Tapping out.
Why limit yourself to 12?
Yeah. Get Doctor Who in here, too.
No, you stop that. Doctor Who fans.
I love Doctor
Jesus.
Who.
Wait, I'm just waiting for the moniker. Here's Goku, the Saiyan Time Lord. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we're looking at here.
Well, now he's a Super Saiyan God. Like that. Like,
all right, you know what? Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, no. Take your TARDIS and you leave.
Like, I'm like, what is happening? Like, so I watched this movie like twice. I'm like, okay, so this is this dude. Here's this guy, but the cat dude isn't the strong. The guy that likes to eat is the super dude that's stronger than every other dude. I'm lost.
So here's what I think they could have subtitled this game differently. It was should have been Dragon Ball Z : The Interns made this. And just basically like, what happens if that one guy from the third movie was fighting the guy from the fifth movie? That would be cool. My fan
And then
fiction.
Brawly wins no matter what.
Yeah, and then Brawly comes in, and he's awesome, and his hair is so pretty.
Yeah, cool. Green.
My fan fiction.
Well, you know what?
I don't hate fan
I'm
fiction
curious,
writers out there.
like,
just
I
to
would
make
like
sure.
to see where this is going, but I don't want to play it. Like,
Yeah.
it plays like garbage. Like, it is awful to play. That game
Like
is not fun.
Like, that amount of craziness would be kind of fun to witness if it was fun to play.
But I don't, like, I don't even know how I'm, like, I don't know how to quick dash to an enemy. I don't know how to do the best thing in the Dragon Ball Z games is, like, the power blow where you knock them and you go, phew, and you go, sink, and like, boom, knock them down, sink, knock them in another direction, then
Yeah.
hammer fist into the ground.
Yeah.
I've done it. I don't know how I've done it.
It
Like
looks cool.
I would like to replicate this a little more than once every random 17 encounters.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's
and
a shame.
Nappa's a bull in this game. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That fight, like, all right, so I made it through the Raditz fight, which is usually I beat Raditz up in every game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
you
you
have
do in
to.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
You
It's basically
open
a
up
tutorial at this point.
your tutorials. You're gonna kick the crap out of Raditz every
Yeah.
time. And then you have a fight where you're in a tournament and you're Raditz. And like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
stop. Like, yeah, Saiyaman, whatever. The little green globby dudes, whatever. So I went on this weird kick with playing this game and exploring in Dragon Ball Z. And I stumbled across a whole bunch of live action stuff people have done. That looks amazing.
Huh.
Like, there's so much live action Dragon Ball Z and it's all really good.
That is genuinely surprising. That's such a shame that this game is not good. Because it seems like, every Dragon Ball Z game we get looks better than the last and has more characters, but we're just reliving the same storyline. And this is the one where it's like, something different, yes! And then it doesn't play very well.
It's different, but not. Like, you're
Yeah.
you're fighting, you're doing the same game again, but you're just in with the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like, you're like the wind force. Like, you're the only reason why they survived this fight is because you just popped in, Frieza, dude, what's up?
Yeah. That's such a bummer.
I don't know. Unless this game does something really cool really fast, it's gonna lose my interest. I'm gonna put Shadow Warrior in and have a ball.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I've got
that.
that sealed like right now, and I'm scratching. It's like I'm trying to be good with this generation. Finish everything you start.
No, man.
Yeah.
Play Dragon Warrior. Or Shadow Warrior.
Shadow Warrior. Oh my God, we're terrible.
Hey, you literally just said it, and I couldn't even get it right.
I know. But yeah, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's $20 now. Like,
Wow. That's a steal.
yeah, that, and
Yeah.
I'm really pumped for the new Old Blood edition or the standalone game for Wolfenstein coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was good.
trailer with him with the hacksaw cracks me up every time.
That should be pretty good.
But yeah, no Halo this week, so my rage has been quelled for a week.
Well, you hurt yourself, you hurt your back.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't know if I can handle that. I might be in full traction next week. But anyway, I don't even know how far I am in Halo right now. Maybe 6 or 7 chapters in. I just got out of the flood area, I think. I'm out of the subterranean
I
area.
thought that's almost the end of the game. I thought, once you get through the library, then you're okay. I don't remember.
Maybe I'm in the library. I just know I'm getting swarmed.
I think
I don't-
that's... I don't know. I remember the last half of that game being all kind of the same like that. Probably unfairly, admittedly, but,
Yeah, well, I don't know. I hear 2's a little better.
Yeah, I mean, there's a talking plant. Why not?
We'll see. I'm excited to see it. I don't know why.
I've seen very little of Halo 2, even though I have always heard it's a disaster. I'm just so curious now.
I know.
Just
Well,
don't.
I'm just trying to go through this stuff, and hopefully by the time I hit Halo 3, I'll be like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Or at least you
Yeah.
have an appreciation of it.
Yeah, well, I'll be able to finish Halo 3, Halo 4, and then by the time I'm done with that, I'll have, maybe I might pick up 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on how this ends, because right now it is not good.
No.
But yeah, so that's pretty much my shenanigans this week. What about you, Hannah?
Oh, the usual. No, but seriously.
And then you dropped.
See you later.
Later. Played a bunch more Ollie Ollie 2. I've been trying to play the pro levels, but I just can't seem to keep the scores high enough to get the 5 stars out of those yet. So I think I'm going to play through like the regular levels first, and I've been knocking those out of the park, except when I have to do a specific trick out of like a specific grind. Because it keeps throwing those challenges at me, so then I have to go to the Trictionary, like it forces you to use it.
Oh.
I just wanted to sneak in the word Trictionary this week.
Just died a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't blame you. It's a terrible word. It'll be like, okay, do this grind and then do this trick out of it. It's like, oh, all right, fine. So yeah, playing a bunch more of that. I picked up Grim Fandango Remastered.
Oh, we need to play that.
Did you start playing it?
Yeah, I started playing it today, actually. And
The first run through?
I played it back in like 2004, 2005.
Okay.
I was able to get my hands on a copy, and I don't remember a lot of this game. I don't know. I'm like 90% sure I finished it when I played it,
But I can't say for sure.
and I can't remember. I'm remembering like bits and pieces of the first part. I remember the outside of the building, and I remember the balloon guy very vividly, but everything else is sort of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Wing.
Well, and of course I got one of every balloon because you don't know.
It's an adventure game.
Hey,
you gotta do everything.
you need to grab 4 or 5 dead worms. Just saying.
Yeah.
You need those dead worms.
Yeah.
You do. But yeah, I'm at like the second part. Like I already went to the the gazpacho poisoning, which is the best. And I love that he just keeps everything in his suit jacket.
Yes.
That's such. I forgot how good of a little touch that was, and it reminds me of when they pointed out in Monkey Island 3 that Guybrush keeps everything in his pants.
Right.
It's like the same thing. He's like, wow, how much room you got in those pants?
Yeah.
So
I love the Sith, and I forgot he was in Stilts too.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like that
actually
opening
short.
scene where he goes back into his office and kicks his boots off.
There's some sweet stilts though, like they're kind of
Yeah.
pneumatic or something.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know what's going on with those. File cabinet because he's never gonna have any. I like messing around with the message on the boss's machine where you can change that up.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I was just exploring around. So I did the first part of that and figured all that out. Now I got to figure out the second part of it, and just working my way through that one. I really like it. But along with that, I also picked up. I didn't play either one of these, but I did pick up the first episode of Life is Strange.
Yes.
And I picked up the second episode of the Game of Thrones Telltale game.
Life is Strange.
Yeah,
I'm so curious to hear what you think about Life is Strange.
I was hoping to play a little bit of that, and I was going to, but then I decided a nap would be a better decision,
Yeah.
and so I took a nap instead. So that's sort of what.
So I have to give you a piece of caution that bit me
Happened there.
twice in that game.
Yeah.
Checkpointing is really, really weird in that game. So I would
Okay.
almost recommend if you're going to play it,
Mhm.
kind of like all 4 hours at once, or at the very least, once you get to a new area, that's where they checkpoint.
Okay.
So like once you start an area, like an area of the school, just finish out that section, and then you can do that later. There's actually all the trophies are really easy to get in the game, but if you
Nice.
miss any of them, once you finish, there's a different option where you can go to like every specific story beat and then get each trophy at that point. Because it's basically go and take a picture of something in the environment.
Okay.
That way you don't have to play through the whole game all over again just to get like 1 or 2 trophies.
Nice.
So
Okay. So yeah, played a little bit of that. We had our Wednesday night game night this week, and we played Helldivers,
oh
and that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I died more times than I can count.
yeah,
Mostly due to my teammates shooting me. Not gonna lie, I got shot by a lot of those dudes. It was myself, Team Asil, Super Epic Bruno, and Death 2K.
I didn't realize why that game seems so familiar. It's by the team who made Magica. And I was like,
there it is.
That's why.
I was trying to place it, and I was like, it's like Diablo, sort of,
where you can hurt everybody.
Yes,
Magica.
Yeah. That's bingo. So there's a lot of really easy ways to die in that game. If you call in one of your stratagems, they launch it in from space. If you're standing underneath it, it's going to kill you.
Yep. It's like a dropship pod that just squishes you.
Yeah. And you can use it to kill your enemies too, though, which is nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then there's the shuttle that comes in after you're extracting from a planet after you finish all your objectives. That can land on you and kill you.
Oh,
I learned that in the tutorial.
Well, at least you learned it early.
I also learned that you have to hold the grenade button down a little bit longer than I normally do, because that also killed me.
Oh, jeez.
We had one mission where we landed, and I don't remember if someone accidentally tapped the grenade button, or like we just stepped up, but we all landed, we all got out of our pods, something exploded, and it was mission over. So that was a lot of fun. We actually had it was myself, Team Asil, and Super Epic Bruno to start with, and it was just the three of us. It was going pretty well. It was a little bit of fun, but then we got Death 2K came in, and he dropped in. He's been playing for a little while, so he's like level 10, and he calls in one of his stratagems, which is so you have basically a standard game. It's a twin stick shooter. And one of your special features is you hold in the L1 button, and it brings up a menu, and it asks you to input a series of directions on the D-pad. And those are called stratagems, and that spawns like a grenade or like a throwable in your hand, and that'll drop a turret, or it'll spawn like a drone that follows you, or in his case, it'll spawn a car that you can all hop into.
What?
Oh, it was awesome.
What?
And you got two guns on the side, you got one gun on the back. The best part is, if you're not careful, that thing will just run you over. If you don't stop all the way before you get out, you can hop out of the front, and it'll just roll over you.
Just gonna keep going.
And I think that happened at least once, but I didn't quite hop in yet, and they started backing up, so I got backed over. And you can, there's a permanent stratagem to call players back in, so it'll bring a respawn beacon in. You can actually select your loadout at the beginning of each level too, so you pick your main weapon, you pick your accessory for that weapon, and then you pick 4 of your stratagems. And you can, have defensive ones, offensive ones. There can be ones that just bring heavier weapons down for you, or does a basic ammo drop. Because another thing about this game is you have actual fully limited ammo. So you only have for certain guns you only have 6 clips with you, and once you run out of clips, you're out.
Yeah, you have no more ammo. Oh, and the interesting thing too is, if you discard a clip with bullets in it, you lose those bullets.
Yeah, like it would be in real life.
Yeah, real Helldivers.
Yeah. So man, and it is, and everyone keeps making the Starship Troopers comparison. It is that to a T.
It is really Starship Troopers.
It's really great too.
Even the intro.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
What's the matter, you apes? You want to live forever?
Yes, it's very close to that.
Very much.
I'm not. I'm not making a joke.
Yeah,
there is one specific line that's very close to that.
Yeah, it very much takes influence from that, and that game's fun. I can definitely see that being a Wednesday night staple for a long time to come.
Yeah, and I've heard it's okay solo, but you really want to have friends to play it with.
Yeah, I could see it being kind of boring solo. I fired it up on the Vita briefly, but I'm not a fan of the way it controls on there.
Oh yeah,
it's just you don't have enough. It's too small.
You ain't got enough buttons.
Yeah, you really don't. You have to use that back touchpad, which I'm not a fan of.
Nope.
So yeah, last thing I played though was a whole bunch of because of course I played a whole bunch of Destiny.
Yeah.
So we did the Nightfall and the weekly heroic strike,
Yep.
and those were pretty easy.
Yeah, those weren't so bad. I went and redid them with one of my other characters, with Musum and Joey, I believe, was with us.
Nice.
And we had a way harder time doing the weekly on that one.
Because you didn't have Icebreaker?
We did for the Nightfall, but Icebreaker didn't do anything for the weekly this week, so
Yeah.
it was a little tough.
Yeah, it is a really interesting those were fun just because there was burn on everything. So you had solar burn, arc burn, and void burn, and I was just going nuts. And so I didn't read the God, what would so I have the exotic weapon bounty for Pocket Infinity.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't realize I had to use a fusion rifle with a fusion rifle telemetry to do that. So I got no credit towards it for this week's Nightfall.
Wait, no. I
What?
just did it without using the telemetry.
Oh, do you just have to use a fusion rifle?
Yeah, so here's a tip. I think
Okay.
this upcoming week is Omnigul.
Oh yeah, yes. Ugh.
So the interesting thing is you actually don't have to kill enemies in the Nightfall. You have to kill enemies in a respawn restricted area after you teleport into a Nightfall. So basically, you go in for Omnigul, and then you leave, and you go into there's that spot between the divide and the steps, the very first area you start in. There's a couple of enemies there.
Yeah.
Just kill them with a fusion rifle.
Oh.
And just keep porting out, coming back in. You'll have it in no time. Super
Okay.
easy.
Sweet. That's good to know.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with Destiny, but I'm sort of at a wall because I need a lot of Ascendant materials
Yeah.
to upgrade the weapons I have. I need like over 100 Ascendant energy to upgrade all of the weapons I have currently.
Have you gone onto Reddit's Fireteam subreddit and tried to get in like some Vault of Glass normal runs?
I haven't had enough time to like sit down and do like Vault of Glass. Like I would need a good solid like hour and a half, and I just haven't had that like during the week. And this weekend's been crazy, so
Yeah.
I think I might try next weekend and like sit down and get into that. Just because I heard they drop like candy in there.
They do, yeah.
But is it like, oh, you get 10 of them at the end, or you're getting like 2 or 3 throughout?
You're getting usually like 2 to 4 every time you open a chest. There's a bunch of chests in there. So
Okay.
if you get a group, if you're thinking about getting a group together, let me know and we'll try and get some peeps together, like Hot Sauce Steve, Musum, Joey, a lot of peeps together, and we might be able to find just 6 of us to run through there real quick.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'll hit you guys up. Just because, yeah, like I said, it's tough to get like a good solid sitting in front, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I finally upgraded I have all my weapons are like leveled. Like I have the experience necessary for them. Like I've fed all the experience I need to into them.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have that, you know.
You don't have all the bits and bytes.
Yeah, I don't have the pieces and parts, and I just need to, you know, and like I don't need to buy anything from the Vanguard anymore, so I can just use my Vanguard marks to get like materials, but they don't sell Ascendant materials, so I'm sort of done. I spent all my strange coins this week on exotic shards to upgrade the boatload of exotics I've gotten recently.
Oh, you didn't get Red Death?
I did not get Red Death. No, I only had 18 strange coins, and I was like, I'd have to get like 5 more, but, you know, because I all I needed was an exotic shard to finish upgrading Icebreaker.
Oh, nice.
So I just got that. Yeah, so Icebreaker's fully leveled now. My Radiant Dance machines are almost fully leveled. I got to get a couple of I got to get some more materials for them. I think I need spin metal for those. Those boots look ridiculous.
They really do.
Yeah, they're pretty great though.
Yeah. That's one of those goofy exotics that I really like.
Yeah, they had fun making those exotic weapons. You can really tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really still I'm surprised at how much I've played and how much I've enjoyed Destiny, and I'm just sort of excited for the future of that series. You
Yeah.
know, just as a series, I think it's got a lot of it's got a lot of room to grow. It's got a lot of things it can still do. I'm really excited for House of Wolves, but like I'm more excited. Like I'm already thinking about like what are they gonna do for the second one? Are they just gonna
Right.
like do more add-ons? Like what are they gonna do?
Yeah, I'm even excited about the new patch with some of the stuff they're working on that they're talking about things that they're working on currently. So,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of great stuff going on there, and I think they have a lot of stuff to address. I mean, that
Mhm.
that game certainly is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination,
No,
but
not at all.
I'm impressed at how committed they are to radically changing a lot of stuff,
Hmm.
instead of just digging their heels in and be like, nope, this is Destiny. If you don't like it, get the hell out. Like,
Yeah, that's never really been Bungie's MO though.
well, hasn't it?
Ah,
Sometimes they have been a little bit stubborn about, like, even like audio settings, which is they're finally working on in Destiny, where it's like, sometimes I just need to
oh,
turn
really?
the music down so I can hear the people in my party.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And in Halo, a lot of theirs have been like, no, that's the way we designed it. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
Yeah.
killing me.
Well, okay, fair point. But I think
Yeah.
they're turning over a new leaf with Destiny. I think
Yeah.
they have to because of the type of game it is.
Yeah, and I am really impressed. Even if I didn't like Destiny, I would still be really impressed with how much they're sticking with it.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be really easy for them to say, like, look, it came out, did really well. We're working on Destiny 2. See you guys in a couple years. You know?
Yeah. Well, and one of the pitfalls of being as responsive as they've been is if you go look at that Destiny subreddit on are way too many people going, I have my suggestion, my idea that have clearly put like days worth of work into a post about this
Right.
new exotic weapon
This
idea they've had. And
missive.
it's like, guys, we get it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't
They're
care that
doing.
much.
Yeah.
If there's a bug, let us know. If there's something that could make this game better and more efficient, let us know. Don't pitch your design ideas.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because, like, there's just such a fundamental misunderstanding about how game development works, where
Yes.
they're finishing work on House of Wolves and they're beginning work on 3 expansions from now. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that you want another exotic weapon, they got those coming. Like, don't worry. Like, they probably want a cool looking crossbow thing too. That might not be coming
Who
for a
doesn't?
bit, but they've probably thought about making one. So
Oh man, if they put a crossbow in that game, it's over.
it would be
I'm gonna
pretty
have
cool.
to get that.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. Ah, yeah, but that is all I've been playing this week.
I picked up recently. Amazon had a sale on Lego Batman 3. I don't remember
Ooh.
what the subtitle on that one is.
The Batman ear.
The dumb things that the Lantern Corps does is probably the subtitle it should have. I started this because I finally finished the next game I'll be talking about, but I don't like the Lantern Corps in DC. I don't care about any of them or what they're doing, and that is the story of this game, and it is killing me inside.
Uh,
I know I will have fun with it as soon as I finish the story, but the story in this game, spoilers for anybody who cares, is basically the power of all the Lantern Corps jerks gets spread out into heroes and villains of the DC universe. So,
So you're playing Brightest Day.
sure, whatever. So, like, the Joker gets whatever the love lady's power is, so he's going around loving everybody.
oh boy.
Super dumb. But it's dumb in the way that I enjoyed Lego Marvel superheroes. So if you really love DC, it's probably dumb in the way that you would really enjoy. I just have no affinity to much of DC.
Yeah.
Except when it gets really dark, which this is literally the exact opposite of what that is. It's still a Lego game. it has much more interesting trophies this time. Sort of mechanically, they try to do something like they did, and I didn't play Lego Batman 1 or 2. 1 really rubbed me the wrong way. They try and do mechanically what they were doing in the Lego Harry Potter ones, where you have a wheel of powers, and you're picking one to go do something. In this one, it's basically a wheel of suits. I think they brought it. I think they brought it in Lego Batman 2.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but it's kind of a pain because you're doing like this multi-step puzzle. It's basically like, all right, I'm gonna get Batman's sonar suit on. All right, I'm gonna destroy this glass. Okay, now I need to get his like detective suit on to show this hidden stuff, and I needed to get this other one so I can get the laser. And like you're just kind of like juggling a little bit too much. And it's fine, but it's all like I still really wish there was an option in the Lego games where it just says I'm an adult, and it just you're fighting a bunch of enemies, and every once in a while they'll do this animation where they'll like pick up somebody and they'll fly around and then they'll slam them on the screen. It's like, look, I gotta kill 20 dudes. Just let me kill 20 dudes. I'm a 33-year-old man. I kind of just want to play this stuff. I would still like that stuff to be there for kids because it looks cool and it's fun, and like Superman totally just slammed somebody on the ground, yay, and they exploded. But I got stuff to do, man. I only got like an hour to play this game. Like, come on, like snap, let's do this. But maybe I'm missing the point of the Lego games. Who knows? So I'm playing that. I'll platinum that because it's a Lego game. I have to. I can't not do that for these games. But I'm getting to the point where I'm going to finish the story mode so I can go back and play the free play stuff. And that's the stuff I really like, where I'm getting the gold bricks and I'm getting all the mini kits and I'm collecting all the characters, and I'm going through like the more difficult puzzles in the level where you're switching characters and you're switching powers and, you know, breaking down big stuff, building big stuff to get mini kits and save Adam West because he's the Adam West in peril. So, you know, that part I really enjoy, but if I don't really care about the source material as much, like kind of like Lego The Hobbit, it's a little bit more of a slog. So, but the other game I played this week is I finished The Order 1886.
Oh,
and
cool.
I have a lot of thoughts. So,
all right, strapping in. Yeah.
And please ask questions because I'm sure that I have forgotten something.
Sweet.
To me, The Order is a good game. It's not a bad game, and it's not a fantastic game. It's like right there in the middle. It's a 6. It's a solid 6 out of 10.
It's almost there.
It's almost really good, but as it is, it's good. I think I played it for about 8 hours, give and take. I had some trouble with some of the combat sequences, and the aiming is really floaty in a way that it just never clicked with me, and it's the reason that my wife says she's never gonna play it and finish it. 'Cause it's so hard to control sometimes when you really need to. Coach Jamal in chat says no spoilers. I'm almost at the end. Winky face. No spoilers for sure. Because I got the ending spoiled for me, and I was a little bit bummed. I think that the story they were trying to tell was predictable. I think the storytelling that they were using was fantastic. There's amazing mocap. The lip syncing and like the facial animations are great. Like everybody's mouth moves differently in a way that you just don't see in games. Like this guy is older, so his mouth moves differently. Like gravity has taken a hold, and he's a little bit like more slurry. This dude has a giant mustache, so it seems like it gets in the way. You know, this guy's more proper, like very proper British, so he speaks very crisply, and his mouth moves differently. Like there's so much little stuff in this game. You know, you can almost compare it to Destiny, where everything is designed so well that it's really impressive, but sometimes it doesn't always serve anything as weird as that is.
Yeah.
So
The lip syncing makes me wonder, is that like some software that they developed that does that, or is that just a really dedicated like animator that went in and did all that manually?
I can't tell because I think they developed this engine. So I can't tell. They used a couple of, watching the credits, they used a couple of fairly common tools for a lot of stuff, but nothing that I recognized for that. So I'm kind of assuming it's an in-house thing. But
Okay.
to me it's technologically so impressive that I kind of want to know the answer to that.
Yeah, it sounds like they may have used like a baseline, something automated,
Right.
and then gone in and like touched it up manually. Like that,
Right.
it seems like this sort of like polishing
Yeah.
step that you would take with it.
And I think to go on top of that too, the voice acting is really, really, really great. I know everybody on the show and listening to and watching the show has played a game where somebody is supposed to be yelling at someone else and they're like half a mile away and they're like, no, come back, please, no. And like the voice actors in this game are genuinely, like when they get genuinely upset, they are yelling and they are angry, and you can tell that they really pulled something out of the voice actor to really, even though they're not acting in the scene, they're not acting in the game, you actually feel legitimate acting coming out of them instead of like, no, please don't do that, oh, I'm so upset, rawr. Like sometimes we can get out of games where it rings a little hollow.
Yeah.
So much of that was really great, and I thought it was a fun ride. I thought it was a fun ride for 8 hours, and I thought the shooting was okay. I feel like you never get enough time with the cool science weapons. One of the coolest guns in the game is called a thermite gun. Basically, you shoot out these giant, basically these giant poofs of dust, and then you shoot almost a flare at it, and it ignites that entire dust cloud and anything in it.
Oh,
So, like,
yeah, the thermite gun.
Yeah, so you can kind of like paint a bunch of enemies, just like thoop, 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 and then ignite this thing, and it all catches them all on fire. So like, there's a couple of cool guns like that, but at some points you're just kind of using a revolver because that's the thing that gets you headshots pretty easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bummer. There's some cool guns. There's some cool storyline stuff. There's a really bad stealth sequence in there, of course. Were we gonna say something, Hannah? Sorry.
I just, every time I hear forced stealth sequence, I want to slam my head against my desk.
Thankfully, it was very short, and
That's good.
it only took me 2 tries because I think I missed something the first time I played through, and I wasn't realizing like, hey, it's raining and it's at night. They really can't see you. Like, maybe just be smarter about how you're sneaking.
Yeah.
I at the end of the day, I liked it. Like, it's so hard because I feel like I have to justify that I liked this game because everybody seems to hate it, and it's not that bad. It's not like a 3 out of 10. It's a 6 or a 7. It's not, I think so many people were hitching their cart to this horse that it's gonna be the Gears of the PS4. And I was constantly reminding myself of playing that first Gears when I was playing through it, and Gears was a pretty revolutionary game when it came out. And nobody had played Winback, so the idea of third-person cover-based shooting was really impressive. But I feel like when you get to the Order, these are all known quantities. Like these are all things that we've played before. We've played through 4 Gears games now. We've been through all this stuff, and we've been through all the imitators of that, and we've played Uncharted. There's been plenty enough games that have done this and done it really well. Uncharted 2 is probably the best game on the PS3. And when you look at the Order, it's good. It's not, to me, Uncharted 2 is a 10 out of 10. That game is outstanding.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the order, it's good. It's very well made. It's a short sort of, like I said last week, I'm hesitant to compare video games to movies because it's not a fair comparison on either end.
No.
But it's like a summer popcorn blockbuster. It's for a video game. It's 8 hours. The cutscenes are really great. The story it's telling was really good. They without spoiling anything, there's a conclusion to the story that they tell, and I felt like it was presented really well, and the soundtrack is outstanding. Everything there is really good. It just at every turn it just kind of misses the mark for kind of what you'd expect. In the way that I really hope they make a second order. I really hope that they can take this engine and they can take all of this stuff that they've done and they can take all this tech and all the voice acting talent they have and make another game, make it longer, tighten everything up and just kind of, I want the Uncharted 2 for the Uncharted 1. Uncharted 1 wasn't, it's a fine game, but it wasn't great, but Uncharted 2 was really great. And that's what I really hope for Ready at Dawn with this is hopefully they can turn something around in, let's say another 2-3 years and come out with another order and just come out with that 10 out of 10 that I know that team can do because their God of War PSP games were great.
Yeah.
I know they can make a great PS4 game.
It's weird to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Just in general. That PSP game was great.
That God of War spin-off PSP title. Like, the 2 or 3 of them they made. Like, if they can make something great out of a franchise they didn't create on the PSP, they can make something great on the PS4. I know it. And they made something that's super cool. I think the fiction and I think the twisting of history that they did with the Order is really interesting. But it just needs more meat on that bone. Coach Jamal in chat says, gameplay is such a cliche, gorgeous game but little content. Yeah, it's got to have more there. And what is there is cool and it's fun, but it just and do boss battles better next time, please. They're bad.
That's the hardest thing with the new franchise is setting that world and where it could go, and I think that might be to a lot of people's disappointment is they see the potentials there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's something really great there, and so many great characters, and so varied. I mean, like, there's two of the main characters in this game are Indian, and you never see that in games, and they're presented very maturely. And all the female characters in this game are presented very maturely. There's one female character you're running around with the whole time. That's way cooler than you are. Like, it's very well presented.
Is that like Watch Dogs?
Yeah. Man, Watch Dogs.
Sorry to bring it up.
Just so angry about the ending of Watch Dogs. No spoilers. Sorry. So I think what I'm going to do is my wife is really interested in seeing the game after I spoke fairly positively about it after the ending. So I think I might play through it again and have her kind of next to me because she wants to see the whole story side. So I might play through it again, and after that we might do a spoiler cast if we get through it. Because there's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about in that game. But all of it happens like right at the ending. So certainly not going to spoil it since it's only been out for like 3 weeks. I would have to say for kind of my final recommendation, I don't think I would recommend anybody spending $60 on it. I don't think it's long enough or a meaty enough experience. Yeah. I think once it starts getting towards the $30 range, I think that's really, if you can rent it, absolutely. I think it's such a fun ride that if you can rent it in the short term, it looks great. I didn't run into any bugs. I didn't run into any frame rate hitching except for most ironically in the credits sequence where it's just white text on a black background. And it's one of those games where it launched and there was a day one patch which was like 10 megs, I think. Yeah. Everything just worked. It worked. It's kind of what you want a game to be. You pop it in, it installs, and it just works.
Yeah.
So, it's a really interesting game. It was a great ride, and I would recommend people ride that ride, but maybe $60 is a little too rich for how short that ride is.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like going to Cedar Point just to go ride one ride, and 2.5 minutes later, you're like, yay, I'm over. All right, we'll see you later. It's like, I just paid like $100 to get in here. Like, we're riding some other rides.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I've been playing, so let's take a break.
Cool. Oh, man, I gotta pee.
I'm going to have another applesauce here.
All right, I'm gonna go say hi to my wife. I'll be right back.
All right, have fun. I'm going to hang out here with Chat and my cat. Who was totally passed out on the bed back here. I don't know if you guys can see him. Nope, he's behind my mic. Let's move it a little bit. Nope, I can't move my camera. Okay. Well, he's very cute and he's asleep. Oh, man. I forgot to look at news stories here. How's everyone in chat doing? Got a bunch of people watching. Man, I was getting ready to buy Codename Steam the other day and realized that game has some issues. Ooh, there's a Knights of Pen and Paper 2 coming out. Good. I liked that first game a lot. Yeah, it's kind of surprising that that they handled, for Codename Steam, they handled the enemy movement and attack phase so poorly. I think they can fix it really easily. It's just I don't know. It seems like they just didn't take any recent SRPGs or the latest XCOM into account for any of that stuff. It's weird because during the Giant Bomb Quick Look, apparently last time it was shown at E3, I think, apparently nearly everybody that played it was saying like, hey, can we skip this or like speed this up? And they're like, no. So I don't know if that's a design choice or what, but very strange. It is pretty similar to Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah. A little bit more grid-based than Chronicles was. But it has the same, Overwatch and stuff like that. I think the thing that's so important is, XCOM did something similar, Enemy Unknown. I didn't play Within. it does something similar where, you can't always see what your enemies are doing, but XCOM did it by kind of pulling the camera away from your party, so you at least could see something in the vicinity, but it just needs a little bit of help to give you more info for a portion of the battle you can't control. Yeah, AC Unity is a really good example where, some games like that maybe just they either needed to stay in the oven a little bit longer, or they just need a patch or two before I can say, all right, well, maybe I'm ready to pick this one up now. Although it's a Nintendo published game, I believe, so any day now it will just be gone from store shelves. Like apparently, what is it? Ocarina of Time is just gone now for 3DS.
Welcome.
There's no more copies.
The Angry Joe Command Center. I am
And they still got that commercial rolling.
Oh, do they? Or do they have the one for Majora's Mask now?
Oh yeah, that one for Majora's Mask.
Yeah, which now will probably be gone in about a month. Oh, hello.
Hi. Oh, man. Okay. Level. Stairs are hard today, man.
It's okay.
I don't want to walk up any more stairs today.
Yeah.
Oh, suck
Why?
it up.
I deserve that. I really do. It's. I don't know what happened last night, but I'm just like, I feel like I got hit by a truck.
I mean,
Yeah, that's about what I was last week.
you might have. Maybe you got so drunk that you got hit by a truck.
I was sober by 9. I was like,
That's
I
true.
was good to go. I was driving by 11.
Yeah.
Should drink more water.
Yeah, probably.
That's true.
You're in the throes of
Probably.
dehydration.
That's what this guy's for.
Rose. Jesus.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me. Delightfully ridiculous.
What is this game for? Is this for the Vita? It is.
What game?
Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters.
Yes.
Is that Og Reality?
Yes, that's a Vita game. I don't even care if it's not coming out on Vita. That's a Vita game.
It's out now.
Woo.
And for the PS3 as well. Huh. Published by Axis Games.
Okay.
And it is a horror visual novel.
A visual novel. I'm a
Add
little
to
less
wish
in.
list.
Yeah. Oh,
I
man.
just cuss. Okay. Okay.
What?
I can do that. One thumb up.
I'm...
You okay
That's
over there,
weird.
Hannah?
No, Wolves in the Throne Room just posted a bunch of new pictures on their Facebook page, and they've been
Is that
inactive.
a metal band?
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ.
New wave of American black metal.
Knobs. I mean, it's a sister band to Badgers in the Child's Crib, so...
Oh, no, man. Badgers in the Child's Crib is grindcore. It's clearly grindcore.
Thank you, Boomer, for stopping that.
Boomer does not like it when Knobs laughs, by the way. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's get back into this before I slip deeper into insanity.
Yep. Yeah, it's so hot up here. I just want to stop melting.
I'll stop the world and melt with you.
Get out. Right click, end call.
It was right there.
Oh my god.
I'm
think
so
I
happy
killed
I
Bob.
didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm impressed. He beat you to it. I mean, God, other Jay-Z isn't even in chat today, and we still got the puns.
I know, right?
It's rubbing off on you.
All right.
We should be able to finish this episode pretty quickly anyways, because I already got our show title. So I'm just going to circle it. I'm just going to circle it now. Circle.
All right.
Yeah! My brand.
My brand.
Oh, man. I'm really considering eye surgery.
Why?
I'm tired of glasses.
You gotta stay awake for it, man.
These
Freaks me out.
These are my same glasses I've had in high school. Like, the only surviving pair of glasses. I'm tired of this bullshit. Fucking contacts. I'm tired of sticking my fingers in my eyes. Like,
I certainly don't blame you for that.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'm like comfortable with it, but I want to be able to wake up and not put on a pair of glasses and watch TV in bed. Or fall asleep and not be like, what?
Who just got killed?
Who's that? Is that a banner text? What
says
is it?
wolves in the throne room? That sounds so stupid.
What? I want to wake up in the morning and be pissed off at Kenny Crumpton because I can see what he's doing. God, that guy's worthless.
All right, let's kick off this
Oh,
next
I hate
segment.
local news. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right,
Mostly.
ready?
Okay.
Okay, now I'm ready. How? I'm in the throne room. Ooh.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Well, I got a fart on deck. I just got it. That was a little howler. It was warm.
Ooh.
Yeah. Woo! All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mostly.
Yes.
All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases for the week of March 16th, the day before St. Paddy's Day, 2015. Battlefield Hardline for the XBO 360, PS3, PS4, and PC.
That seems. I'm curious to see how people like that game.
Yeah.
The more I'm seeing of it, the more fun it looks.
Yep.
It
I've
looks
got
like
faith in Visceral, so
I do too.
And it has a
Yeah.
crazy single-player storyline.
Yeah, watching that crane crash in the middle of the city, that I got to see how that happens.
Have you seen the intro to the game?
No.
Okay. I will not ruin details, but there is a police procedural like TV show intro for that.
Dun dun.
No, it's like the fun one where it's like
Yeah.
two serious shots and then one of them being like, "Yeah."
being
It's-
sassy.
Great.
Oh
It's
my god. This is gonna be like CSI Miami. The guy
Yeah.
says a pun, puts his glasses on.
Oh man, if only.
Cue the
yeah.
Who.
Hopefully.
Alrighty. Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 4. Coming out at a great clip for the PS4.
Knocking them out.
Yep.
And Resident Evil Revelations 2 Retail for the PS4, 3, XBO, 360, and PC.
That has so much added stuff into it. You should probably just buy that one.
Yes.
That's
Is that
all
gonna
4
have
episodes.
Was it once?
Sorry.
I thought it was 6 episodes total.
I don't know.
It's a preemptive
Yeah.
strike with the download code.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I
right.
just work here.
It's like, good job, Capcom.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry, the definitive edition for the XBO and PS4.
1080p, 60 frames, and
Only
turbo
$40
mode.
bucks. Yeah.
And and $40. That's the one you want to buy. Turn turbo mode on.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
20% faster.
Same here.
100% better. The math checks out. I should work in marketing.
Survey says.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD for the PS4 and XBO.
Yes.
I really want to buy this. Is it a $60 game though?
You know, apparently it was when it came out on the PSP. So
Okay.
I'm gonna assume.
And it comes with that Final Fantasy 15 thing too, right?
The demo, yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy that. I really want to see Final Fantasy 15.
I just want to play Type 0 finally. I mean, it's supposed to be so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I want it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna drop the cash on that one.
Yes, you should.
All right.
Final Fantasy 15.
All right. Fine.
It's coming.
All right,
Anywho.
Mario Party 10 for the Wii U.
All right.
How long has it been for a Mario Party?
Mario Party 9 came out on the Wii, and nobody cared about the 3DS one, so quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I remember that one for the Wii, and I was like, it's the Wii. And I figured, the next one will be better, and it never came.
Yeah. Moving on to news stories. Coast in chat said only pre-orders get the demo from what I heard. Apparently it's the first run of the game, so you should still be okay.
Oh,
but it's
good.
Square Enix, so who knows?
Yeah.
Misinformation.
It could be a flyer with a middle finger in it, too.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, oh, you get the demo.
No.
Um,
Card denied.
Alright, news stories. Sony confirms the PS4 version 2.50 update is coming at some point. So there's a whole bunch of good stuff, including something they talked about at E3 when they announced the PS4, which is suspend resume. Apparently what they're going to do is a lot like what the Xbox One does now and does pretty well. Hey, put your PS4 in rest mode, and then when you come back, your game is still running.
Kind of like what the Xbox does.
Yeah. So, works great on Xbox One, so...
Works great with the Vita.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Also that too.
I'll be interested to see what weird stuff happens with online games with that.
Yeah, I'm assuming the online game will still say, like, hey, by the way, you've been gone for a while, we're just kicking you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Vita, remote play and share play is now 60 frames per second.
I'm so excited about that
That's
because I had
crazy.
a moment a couple days ago. I was playing Destiny remote, just doing my bounties, and I was like, I
doing my
can't.
thing.
I forget what. I think I was doing one of the daily heroics, and I just couldn't get it done. It was the Rasputin one.
Blah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna switch over, actually play the PS4, and when I switched from the Vita to the PS4, it was like someone put the game on fast forward because of the frame rate difference. I was like, whoa, okay, I gotta get back used to this, and it's the first time I've ever really noticed that.
Yeah.
So 60 FPS is going to be really nice.
And it's nice to see them giving remote play and share play some love. I thought they would have been like, look, guys, this is the Vita. Like, it still works. Like, what more do you want?
You're lucky we're still selling it.
Yeah, exactly. There's tons of new accessibility features surrounding, readability, audio, colorblind, stuff like that. So that's really nice. And then the ability to remap in accessibility features, the ability to remap buttons on the DS4 controller. Which is super cool.
Yeah.
So, good for them for doing a lot of crazy stuff and all in one update.
Let's hope nothing goes wrong with it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. I get nervous when big firmware updates come from companies like this.
Yes.
Where it's like, look at these 40 things we're putting in. I was like, can just like one a week maybe?
Yeah,
look at all those points of failure.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, I just don't brick my PS4, please.
Yeah.
Next news story here, Uncharted 4 delayed to spring 2016. I thought this isn't too much of a surprise, but what I think is really interesting is a lot of these news stories with stuff getting pushed to 2016 puts a lot more pressure on E3 this year to be like, hey guys, Christmas, that's still okay. Like, don't cancel your pre-orders or stuff, because Christmas is still going to be great, right? I'm hoping E3 is going to be really great this year, because I think it sort of needs to be.
I'm hoping it's really great because I'm going to go to PAX and I want to play all that stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully E3 turns out well, and hopefully they show what was that card game that I was excited about?
Hand of Fate?
No, the Xbox.
Cards Against Humanity?
No, I'm always excited about that.
Oh, Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust, yeah, because they closed down that studio. So hopefully that shows up at E3 because they say, yeah, no, they're not
I
around,
hope
but we're
so.
still working on it. So please be excited.
Yeah, it's one of my big drivers for getting that console is that game.
Yes. I hope it's so good. And the last news story here, during PAX East, Iron Galaxy Studios showed off a new character in Killer Instinct. That's fine. But what they showed was something really interesting called Shadows, which I think is kind of neat. Basically, as you play, it's a lot like Drivatar for the Forza series. Basically, it's analyzing you for while you play, and then it's creating a virtual version of you that your friends can fight. So basically, if you can't really find a lot of people online, or you don't want to play randos online, you want to play your friends, you can play basically their shadow version of them with all of their AI and everything, and then you're basically just playing your friends even though they're not online.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. I like the idea of abusing that AI and just like doing like one move constantly.
Just
So that's
throwing
the only.
forever.
That's the only way it responds to any attack.
This guy just throws. It's killing me.
Yeah.
I would love that in DOA. Oh, that'd be so great.
It'd be great, especially, for people like me or for people that are over in Europe and they just want to play some games and they don't want to play against random people. They want to play against, let's say Seven Header wants to play against Knobs, but it's 3 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah.
He can just pull up Knobs' shadow.
Yeah, and then I get the messages. It breaks up your shadow. Like,
Yeah.
I busted it up, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I send an angry message back to Heiko.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. I'm hoping that's one of those things where it's one of those things where number one, you're like, wow, how have we not done this before? And then number two, please everybody steal that. That would be really great.
Oh man, this is a picture banner ad for that Bloodborne. That game looks so cool.
Yeah, it does. Have you seen some of the the video of that?
Oh,
Everything's all wet in that game though. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
It's crazy.
Apparently, it's supposed to be as difficult as Demon's Souls was.
Oh God.
Oh,
So
no.
just I haven't pre-ordered it. That was the first video I've watched of it. That launch trailer. I really hope it turns out well. I would be down for purchasing that game. That game seems really good.
Yeah.
God, it looks cool.
Oh man. All right, let's move on to tweets.
Tweets.
A email here from tweet from Justin Baumwood. Thanks for helping me get through my workouts. You're welcome.
No problem.
Welcome.
Has anyone on the show played Ori and the Blind Forest? So far, I'm really enjoying it. Not yet, and actually, while we were recording earlier, I purchased it, and my Xbox One should be downloading it now.
Very cool.
Haven't played it yet, but that I really need to.
It's one of those games that is like it's one of, I think at this point there's a total of 3 or 4 of them, making me really want to get an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I keep seeing it come up on the banner. I'm just inches away from buying it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hand-painted, hard as nails 2D Metroidvania.
Yeah.
So all of those things are things we love.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on over to emails.
Emails.
Actually, Justin, aka T-Bomb Rocks, writes in. It actually looks like it's the same guy as the last tweet. Thanks for the amazing weekly content. I've been listening to the podcast for over 2 years, so here's my first email with a few questions. So, congratulations, longtime listener, first-time writer. Write more emails.
Yeah.
We love them.
We do.
Can you list everyone on the podcast PSN/Xbox online IDs? Sure. Mine on both is Jansten, Jansten. Knobs?
JNob33
Hannah?
on both.
The Hannah.
Yep. Can't go wrong.
Literally everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Do you think we will ever get a remake or another entry in the Grandia franchise?
Ooh,
That'd be nice.
I think
What's
that
the-
one's twisting on the vine.
Yeah, sadly, because those games were good. I think between Grandia 3 and X was maybe the last one.
Maybe.
I think those ones, 1 and 2, were so good.
Who owns the IP for that?
I think Sega.
So
no, I don't think
no.
it's Sega. I think it's Activision, maybe? Someone really weird. I'll look it up while we're talking
While
here.
we're pontificating about it. If it's Sega, you'll never see it ever.
No, if it's Sega, we'll never
It's-
see any of that ever again. Oh, excuse me. Let's look here. Oh, I just wanted the first Grandia game.
It'll be Grandia 3 and Sonic.
Oh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Well,
Who developed it? Game Arts developed it, and it was published by SCEA.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if Game Arts is actually doing anything anymore, which is really sad. They ported a bunch of stuff. They worked on the previous Smash Brothers. Knives 311 in chat says never played, always thought about it. Worth going back to play. Probably not Grandia 1. That one's probably a little bit too old. Grandia 2 is probably still really great. I bet that holds up. They made Project Sylphid on the 360.
really?
Yeah.
Huh. I remember that getting a lot of press.
I don't see them having made anything recently, so as sad as that is, that one's probably
Dead in the
one's
water.
probably dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
bummer.
Do you think Nintendo will ever come up with some sort of achievement system? Ribbons just seem so perfect. Yeah, I feel like it's not odd that they haven't. I just think it's odd that they haven't talked about it, like one way or the other. They haven't been like, no, that doesn't really, mesh with the Nintendo brand. We would rather, people enjoy our game instead of, keep hunting for meaningless trinkets and blah blah blah. Otherwise they've just been like, nah, we're good. So I don't know. That's weird. I don't know if I've really thought about that one.
I'd be interested to see Nintendo's take on that system because I think they would have a really unique view on it.
Yeah.
I don't think they would ever allow like a game to come out with just any achievements or anything that was like, "Oh, you finished a level, yay!"
Right.
I don't think that would vibe with their particular philosophies. But I think something like doing something extra in a game, really going out on a limb and exploring, and that gets you like an achievement.
Right.
I think that really, that's what a lot of Nintendo games are about anyway. So why not for doing that?
Yeah. Interesting.
What he said.
He says,
Yeah.
lastly, do you have any advice for getting into the Monster Hunter series? I purchased a new 3DS XL for Monster Hunter and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I love Majora's Mask, but after 12 hours, I just can't get into Monster Hunter 4.
Jump in both feet. You gotta be committed and love that game.
Yeah, like I keep looking at videos, and there was actually a really good video series that Giant Bomb started called Teach Me Monster Hunter. And the guy who teaches Brad on that show how to play it is really good at explaining like what you want to do and why you want to go through a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I can really respect that game. And every time I look at Monster Hunter 4, I'm like, I should maybe pick that up. Maybe Monster Hunter 4 is the one I can try, because I tried whatever one came out on PSP here.
Monster Hunter something Ultimate.
Yeah, one of the twos, I think.
Yeah.
And it just did not click with me, because the in-game tutorials are really not that great. Because it's sort of expecting that you have a bunch of friends that you're actively playing it with. But 4 seems really great, and 4 seems a lot like the learning curve is a lot less steep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep fighting with myself. But
Understandably so.
If anything, his recommendation was find a wiki that you really like, and there's a lot of free apps for iOS and Android that can you can look up a bunch of stuff while you're playing the game. Because some of the stuff seems to be a little bit obtuse. So.
Series kind of seems obtuse to me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kevin C. writes an email here. It says, hey guys, somewhat related to my email last week about co-op games. When looking on the PlayStation Network for other games like Risk Factions, I noticed Risk was taken off of the network. This rather bothered me because I got my copy off the PSN, and if my PlayStation died, as happened a couple years ago, I'd have to go out and buy a physical copy to replace it. This got me thinking, should I just skip buying games online and keep to getting the physical copies? What's your guys' thoughts on this? So, actually, the nice thing about PSN and Xbox Live is you can re-download that even if it's been removed from the store.
Yes.
The bad part about both systems is you have to find it in your download list, which it might be even easier to go out and buy another copy.
But for Sony, it's not as bad because you can go to their website on your computer, and it's really easy to find it there and force it to download to the system. True. But doing it through the system, no, not great.
Especially the Vita.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and actually, the 360 is not bad either. You just pop open that middle menu and go to
that's true.
Whatever. Yeah,
and their
it's like 2 or 3
button
presses. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of stuff like that, I'm less worried about going all digital, because so many people are complaining about like, oh, I'm running out of hard drive space with all these games. Like, delete them.
Yeah.
And just download them later. Like I have a bandwidth cap too, so like don't go too crazy like deleting and re-downloading stuff. But I still like having a physical game because I like having a physical collection. That's what's mainly as Knobs gestures towards him, and I gesture to a closet full of video games.
I'm pointing at my Steam icon.
Yeah. I think with how far both consoles have come selling games digitally, I don't think doesn't seem to be an apparent downside to buying digital only. Death2K in chat says, I'm waiting to see which market will allow you to resell digital games. That probably would push a lot more people towards it. I don't think that's going to happen for a good long time if it does.
No.
But I don't know. It seems, especially for me, someone who's pretty lazy, especially when I'm playing video games. I was thinking the other day, I was like, well, I'm playing Lego Batman, but I really want to play Destiny a little bit. But it's like 6 feet away over my console, and I have to switch games.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just keep playing Lego Batman.
That's ruined a lot of things for me too. Like I'll be like, well, do I want to get up and change this? No, I'll play some more Battlefield.
I'm really comfortable here. Like I'm laying down.
I really wanted to play Ground Zeroes this week, and I was like, yeah, but Destiny's already in there.
Right.
I guess I'm playing Destiny some more.
Yeah. The first world struggle is real.
It's the saddest thing ever too.
It might be.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're still playing games, so. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're going digital, that's okay.
Yeah, for
prices seem to keep getting better.
The only real concern I have, and it'll come up when the Xbox 360 goes into when they start sunsetting that.
Yep.
And same with the PS3. I'm curious as to what they're going to do with those download libraries.
Right.
Are you going to have to like download that and then archive it on like an external hard drive? And it's like, okay, you can do that, and that's how you're going to access all these games now. But we're going to take down these servers.
Right. Yeah. Or is this the first generation where XBLA is gone?
Yeah.
For good.
Yeah. I would hope they would do something like keep those as virtualized servers, just a small set of them, so they're not renting out a whole server farm for
put
it.
On the slow boxes. We're good.
Yeah. Put it on like the what does Amazon call their slow storage?
Glacier.
Put it on Glacier or something.
Yeah. Something.
I don't want because video game archiving and keeping that stuff around I think is incredibly important.
Yep.
And I think that's why digital's good. That's why having all these games out there in a digital format's really great.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of like the early stuff and a lot of that, pirates have done more for archiving old games than a lot of the companies that made them.
Well, and
it's really sad
on that front too. It's going to be very curious to see how long it takes for someone to emulate the Xbox Live infrastructure on 360.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can either, not even necessarily emulating the console itself, but how long do we get to the point? How long is it before we get to the point where you're changing your DNS settings on your 360 to plug into someone else's Xbox Live, and then you're still playing Gears 3?
Yeah.
How long will that take?
I'd be interested to see something.
That's happening
like
on the
that.
Super NES now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
For sure.
Also, as you guys are big fans of platformers, the game on Steam caught my eye. Ori and the Blind Forest. The visuals look just amazing. Platforming looked pretty crazy, and it's reviewed very well. Thought you might be interested.
Forgot that came out on PC.
Yes, PC and
Okay.
Xbox One.
Good to know.
Yes. So I'm glad to know that our listeners know us well enough that they know that this is in our wheelhouse. And he wraps up here by saying, thanks for the suggestions last week. We're going to try out Super Stardust this weekend. Good choice. I think that's a fun game.
Call.
That was a pretty game.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. But that's all we have for emails and tweets this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. You can visit us at tvgp.tv, email us tvgpfans@gmail.com, and tweet us at tvgp.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map that is in the off-topic thread. Come join us for our game nights. Monday night, that is 10 p.m. EST for Battlefield 4. Wednesday game night is for the PS4.
Yep.
Thursday Steam night, and wrapping up the week is Friday at 10 p.m. and the stars will align. You never know who's going to show up.
Yeah. And don't forget about Tuesday Night Destiny. I may be a little spottier in the coming weeks, but I know Boston will be on, and he's looking to run some strikes. So get on it.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Also, make sure you start playing that TVGP Game Club game, Deadpool. Go out, get yourself a copy, and run on through it.
Yep. And don't forget, you can watch the show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network, every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Peace.
I have one title.
Is there a green fog in here? Because I have been bombing this entire episode.
No, but I think your dog just passed out.
Yeah.
The only title I have is Adjust Your Peepers.
Definitely got that one.
That's all we need.
Definitely a big fan. And I'm going to go through the formalities, but
Yes,
I think we know.
Naturally.
Yeah. No Jay-Z this week, which is unfortunate.
Hope he's doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. He's taking a nap like the rest
Famous
of us.
last words. We get some bad news.
Well, hopefully not. I'm hoping he's just ate too much and took a nap.
I hope so.
Like everyone's doing today.
Maybe he had a whole chicken from the chicken store.
Yeah.
All right. I got The Old Stars, Brazilian Servers, Fighting Solstice, Breaking My Brains, How Does Your Brain Work, All Offense, All Offense, All the Time. All Offense, All the Time works too. Crab Hand Control Configuration, Trunks is a Time Cop, Adjust Your Peepers, Angry Cat Eyes, My Rage Has Been Quelled, A Wheel of Suits,
Nice.
Save percent faster, 100% better, and past eeks.
I do like 20% faster, 100% better.
But Adjust Your Peepers is the winner here.
Yeah, come on, everybody. Adjust your peepers. Thank you, Knobs. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 386 for March 16th, 2016. Adjust your peepers.
Eye color!
The goggles do nothing.
Yelling right into the mic.
Because it's like right there. Like,
Yep. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching live. Bye.
Later.
see ya.